Hi Aries, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Aries, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you personally. With that said, if you are a continued subby, you know I love you for it. And if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So Aries, your key to the week this week is the Hanged Man. Are you ready to go within? This would be a really good week to do so. It would also be a really good week for you to start figuring out where maybe, just maybe, you are giving too much, doing too much, or where you are expected to do more than really is your fair share, whether this is at work, whether it's in your personal, interpersonal relationships. It really is time for you to start looking at that stuff. Now, the other thing with this, it's asking you to take a moment, right? This is, and it's funny as well because Mars has now just moved. So Mars, your sun, moon or ascendant ruler, is now in the sign of Leo, right? And before you go sort of charging off like, yes, now I've got energy because I'm in a fire sign, take a moment to consider what you want to do with this energy. It's kind of like the moment where, you know, like when a car is stuck in mud and then when it gets onto the thing, like because the wheels are going so fast, it just kind of shoots off, and that can be quite dangerous. This week, ask yourself where and how you should channel your energies for maximum results. For your actions and options this week, you have the Judgment card. It looks like there is a very big decision ahead of you this week, Aries. This could be something that you have decided that you are no longer for. This could be something that you have decided that you really want to press ahead with. In a lot of ways, the Judgment card is always that final call kind of energy. And it does suggest to me that this week you are making a big decision. You are making a big choice. It looks like as well, for a lot of you, maybe you have a grand reveal that you are ready to share with everybody. I mean, by the time we get to the end of this week, Mercury will be slowing down to station to go direct. So, you know, that's an energy that works with you. But look at this, right? You've got the Hanged Man and the Judgment card. Both of these cards have a very spiritual element to them. So this would be a really good time for you to go within and utilize that inner sort of sanctum that we all have within us to find a way to make the decisions that you need to make. This would be a time to trust yourself and your inner wisdom more than ever. For your communications and conversations, you have the Nine of Swords, right? And it's right underneath the Hanged Man. There is something that you have to say, Aries, and usually you guys are just like, you know, straight out with it, no holding back, no holds barred. It is what it is. It kind of suggests to me though that this week you are a bit more conscious about what you have to say or the way that it might come across. Now, the fact that it is the Nine of Swords means that you could be hyping this up. So what I want to say to you is, if you work for somebody else this week, you could really be feeling quite put upon. And if that is the case, you need to find a way to vocalize that or to verbalize that, especially if you feel like you're being taken advantage of. It might be like the final straw that broke the camel's back this week. For those of you that work for yourselves, business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, I would say here, you guys have, I mean, there's definitely going to be an element this week where you are working really hard, possibly even burning the candle at both ends. And it kind of feels as well like there's something that you either refuse to relinquish to somebody or that you refuse to delegate. Now, if you're a one-man band like myself, you know, it can be really hard to suddenly hand things over to people. But this week it looks like you're going to have to find a way to do that, especially if you want to continue delivering the kind of quality that you're hoping to deliver. If you already have a team or you have employees or people that work under you at work, this would be a week where being an effective manager or delegator is going to be really important for you, just for your sanity and your sense of rest. For those of you that are retired or no longer working, look, this week, I have to be honest with you, this week the turmoil could be coming from within. And very often when we have that sort of restlessness, or we feel that kind of inner sadness, it means that something is misaligned or out of place. You need to go within this week, Aries, to find out what that actually is. What is it? For your money and materials, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So very focused on the budget this week, very focused on what you can do with the finances that you have, what are the resources that are available to you. You've got this underneath the Judgment card. For some of you, this could be a great week for clearing an old debt, for settling an old score of some sort, especially on a material kind of level. So this could be old debts. For some of you, this could be maybe you purchased something and you think, actually, you know what, there's a sense of buyer's remorse there, or, you know, it actually, you know what, this isn't fit for purpose, or it doesn't do the job. This week, it looks like you could be figuring out, okay, you know what, I know how to streamline my finances now, and more importantly, I know how to grow them. Pay attention to some of the opportunities that come up this week, just because I feel like there might be a few. Remember though, we still have that retrograde energy that's hanging around, so you just want to be sure before you move on, you know, move on with anything. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your digestive system, your stomach, all of the mucosa in your sort of body, and in that kind of general kind of area. This would be a really good week to look at the diet, to do an overhaul, especially if you're prone to things like allergies and stuff. Now, obviously, I'm not a doctor, can't give you medical advice, but that's definitely the message that's coming through here. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, even, that was that. When it comes to your home and environment, okay, so for a lot of you, it looks like you are ready to start working on the home, ready to start beautifying the home. It does look like a lot of you are throwing out baggage this week, like maybe you're, you know, doing the spring clean, maybe you are deciding to throw some stuff out, maybe you are deciding to start working on the home in the way that you said that you would, you know, X amounts of weeks, months, or even years ago. There's something here where you are making the space work for you a lot more. I wouldn't be surprised as well if some of you woke up this, you know, this week, one day this week, and just said, right, you know what, everything's got to go. Obviously, you have to work with that, sit with that energy. Ask yourself, what is it that's making me so restless? What is it that is causing me to feel this need to, you know, to throw something out? There's an anxiety about these cards this week, but it does appear to be coming from within. So rather than try to fill it with everything from the external, or, you know, trying to work from the outside in, do the Hanged Man thing. Go within first to ask yourself, where are these feelings coming from? What can I do about it? For your love and relations, for those of you that are single and newly seeing somebody, it looks like there's a stop-start energy here. It's like you guys have come together and you've gone apart. You've come together, you come apart. It looks like the, you know, certainly on the attraction level, the energy is definitely there, but there's something about this where it's like either you guys just can't get on, especially with the Hanged Man energy there as well. It's like there's either something that you want to say or something that you know you should say that you seem to be sitting on, which, you know, is a good thing. If you're doing the whole soul searching or feeling searching, that's actually not a bad thing to be doing right now. But it is the Ace of Wands. You've lost the fun. There's no fun here, you know, especially about these cards. They're actually quite serious in a way. Find a way to bring that back into the connection. For those of you that are single and looking, I mean, it's the Ace of Wands, right? Date, have fun, talk to people, get out there, you know, write messages, all the rest of it. Don't be out here getting catfished. It's 2021, there are no excuses. But yeah, all jokes aside, you know, that's something that you really need to think about. Now, obviously, I know, you know, across the world, there are still people that are in lockdowns, and severe ones at that. If it's not possible to meet face to face, Skype, Zoom, FaceTime, you know, there's so many ways for us to connect now, you know, so find them, use them. For those of you that are married in long-term relationships, etc., this is actually quite nice. It suggests that you are bringing the fun back to the relationship. There's something this week where you are effectively trying to make it new again, trying to get back to that honeymoon stage. There is a reflective nature around or about you this week, and it does suggest in a lot of ways maybe your partner's like, you know, is everything okay? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why they're trying to cheer you up. Let them. I think that's a really wonderful use of your partner's time and energy. With that said, have a great week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up for you. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll see you soon.